Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to be we're diving deep into a story that's both ancient and surprisingly relevant.
Oh, yeah.
It's the story of Aaron's rod
Okay.
and how a simple staff, settled a leadership dispute in the middle of the desert.
Wow.
Now, you might be thinking, what does a rod blossoming have to do with me?
Right.
Well,
Huh.
get ready to have your mind blown.
Okay.
Because this tale holds some really powerful lessons, I think, in leadership, conflict resolution,
Yeah.
and maybe even a little divine inspiration for us today.
Yeah. You know what's really fascinating about this story is that it kind of speaks to this timeless human struggle, like
Yeah.
who's in charge
Right.
and why should we trust them?
Yeah. Okay, so let's set the scene.
Okay.
The Israelites have just escaped slavery
Right.
in Egypt.
Right.
They're wandering through the desert, and let's just say morale is low.
Yeah, right? They're facing hardship, uncertainty, and honestly, they're starting to second guess Moses and Aaron's leadership. And remember, they've seen some miracles, but they're still human,
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
prone to doubt and fear.
Right. So they start openly questioning Moses and Aaron's authority.
Exactly.
Right. It's not just grumbling anymore. It's full-blown rebellion brewing.
Exactly. And this is where the story takes dramatic turn. God steps in and says, all right, let's settle this once and for all.
Okay.
He instructs Moses to gather 12 rods, one from each tribe of Israel.
Okay.
Each rod represents a leader, with Aaron representing the tribe of Levi.
Okay. I can already sense the drama building here.
Yeah.
12 rods,
Oh.
all representing different factions, different hopes, and different doubts.
Right.
What happens next?
So they place all the rods in the tabernacle, the sacred tent where God's presence dwelt.
Mhm.
It's like this cosmic showdown,
Wow.
a test of leadership sanctioned by the divine.
I like it.
And they leave the rods overnight, and the next morning,
Overall, please.
only one rod has miraculously transformed.
Yeah.
It's sprouted buds, blossomed with flowers, and it's even produced ripe almonds.
Hold on, almonds.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty specific detail.
Yeah.
It's not just flowers, it's actual fruit.
Right.
Is there something more to this almond symbolism?
Absolutely. In ancient Israel, almonds were a powerful symbol of fruitfulness and God's blessing.
Okay.
So it's not just a random detail. It's a visual representation of the flourishing, the positive impact that true leadership can bring.
It's like God is saying, here's your undeniable proof, folks.
Yeah.
This is the leader I've chosen,
Right.
the one who will bring about growth and abundance.
Exactly. And it's interesting because the story doesn't highlight Aaron's charisma
Right.
or like his political maneuvering.
Yeah,
Instead, the focus is on the tangible results, the fruit that blossoms under his leadership.
I see.
It's a powerful message that resonates even today.
It makes you think, what are the almonds in our modern world?
Yeah.
What are the signs of positive impact we should be looking for in our leaders?
Okay.
Is it a thriving community, a successful project,
Yeah.
or maybe even a simple act of kindness that ripples outwards?
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
And one that I think we'll be unpacking further as we dive deeper into this story.
Right.
But for now, I think it's important to note that Aaron's rod was more than just a miracle.
Yeah.
It was a symbol, a reminder of what true leadership can achieve.
And how disputes can be settled not with power struggles, but with clear, undeniable proof.
Exactly.
In this case, a blossoming staff.
Right.
This is already making me rethink how I view leadership in my own life.
Oh, yeah.
Let's pause here for a moment, and when we come back, we'll explore how this ancient story can offer surprisingly practical advice for navigating leadership challenges and conflict resolution in our modern world.
Sounds good.
All right, so we've seen how Aaron's rod miraculously blossomed, settling that leadership dispute and solidifying Aaron's position as leader.
Right.
But I'm curious what happened to the rod itself.
Oh, yeah.
Did it just disappear back into the desert?
Actually, that's where it gets even more interesting. The story tells us that Aaron's rod was kept in the Ark of the Covenant.
Wait, the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
That's like a big deal, right?
Huge.
Wasn't that the most sacred object for the Israelites?
Exactly. The Ark represented God's presence and covenant with his people.
Okay.
So by placing Aaron's rod inside the Ark,
Right?
it wasn't just preserved, it was elevated
Yeah.
to a symbol of divine authority and the right ordering of leadership.
Okay, so now this rod is more than just a sign. It's like a physical embodiment of the lessons they learned.
Right.
It's a constant reminder of God's chosen leader and the importance of unity and trust in leadership.
You got it. It's like they're saying, let's not forget this experience.
Right.
Let's not forget how close we came to division and chaos.
Totally.
And it makes you wonder, do we have those kinds of reminders in our own lives?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and forget the bigger picture,
Yeah,
the values that should be guiding us.
right.
So what would be a modern-day Aaron's rod? What kind of tangible reminders can we create to reinforce those values and prevent conflict?
Well, think about it. It could be a company mission statement that everyone contributes to,
Okay.
a family tradition that brings you together, or even a shared goal that unites a community.
Right.
The point is, it's something visible, something tangible that embodies your shared values.
So it's not just about resolving a conflict in the moment, but about creating a lasting framework for making decisions,
Right.
for interacting with each other, for reminding ourselves what truly matters.
Right. And remember, the Israelites were on a journey. They faced many more challenges after this dispute.
Oh, for sure.
But having that visual reminder of God's chosen leader and the importance of unity probably helped them stay on course.
It's like a compass pointing them towards their shared destiny.
Exactly.
But I have to admit, sometimes I struggle with the idea of divine intervention.
Yeah,
It feels a little too magical.
sure.
Can we apply this story to a more secular context?
Absolutely. Even if you remove the supernatural element, the story still offers profound insights.
Okay.
Think about it. The Israelites were facing a crisis of leadership. They were divided, uncertain, and in desperate need of guidance.
So instead of God, we could think of it as them seeking guidance from a higher principle.
Exactly. It could be a shared set of values, a constitution, or even data-driven analysis that points towards the best course of action.
Interesting.
The point is, they recognized that they needed something bigger than themselves, something objective to guide their decisions.
And in the end, they chose to trust that guidance, even if it wasn't what everyone initially wanted.
Right.
It's a reminder that sometimes the best decisions aren't the most popular ones, but the ones that align with a greater good.
Precisely. And that takes courage, both from the leaders and the followers.
Right.
It takes a willingness to set aside personal agendas and trust that the process, whether it's divinely inspired or grounded in logic and shared values, will lead to a better outcome.
Okay, so we've talked about the rod as a symbol of leadership, as a reminder of unity, and even as a representation of seeking guidance from something greater than ourselves.
Right.
Is there anything else we can glean from this ancient tale? There's one more layer to this story that I think is incredibly relevant to our world today, and it has to do with conflict resolution.
Okay.
Notice how God didn't resolve the dispute through force or punishment.
He provided a clear, undeniable sign, a peaceful resolution that everyone had to acknowledge.
Exactly, and it wasn't about silencing dissent.
Right.
It was about providing clarity
Yeah.
and establishing a shared understanding.
I see.
This is a powerful lesson for us, especially in a world that's increasingly polarized and divided.
It's tempting to try to win arguments, to impose our will on others.
Yeah.
But that rarely leads to lasting peace or unity.
Right. True conflict resolution is about finding solutions that benefit everyone involved.
Cool.
It's about creating a space where different perspectives can be heard and respected, and where the focus is on building bridges, not walls. And that's where Aaron's rod comes back into play, right?
Yeah.
It serves as a reminder that it's possible to find common ground even amidst disagreement.
Absolutely.
It's a symbol of the unity that can emerge when we choose collaboration over conflict.
You've got it. And I think that's a powerful message to carry with us as we navigate the complexities of our own lives.
This conversation has been incredibly enlightening. We've uncovered so many layers of meaning in a story that I initially thought was just about a magical rod.
That's the beauty of these ancient narratives. They offer timeless wisdom that continues to resonate across generations.
Okay, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. And when we come back, we'll wrap up this deep dive with some key takeaways and a final thought-provoking question for you to ponder.
Sounds good.
We've covered a lot of ground in our deep dive into the story of Aaron's rod,
We have.
from leadership disputes to divine intervention,
Right.
from tangible reminders to peaceful conflict resolution.
Yeah.
It seems this simple staff holds a wealth of wisdom for us today.
It really does. It's amazing how a story from thousands of years ago can still feel so relevant, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It speaks to the enduring power of these ancient narratives to illuminate our own human experiences.
As we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listener will walk away with?
I think it's this. Whether you view it through a spiritual lens or a secular one, The story of Aaron's rod reminds us that true leadership is about serving something larger than ourselves.
Okay.
It's about fostering growth, unity, and positive impact, not just wielding power or clinging to control.
It's about creating those almond blossoms,
Huh.
those tangible signs of flourishing, whether it's a thriving community, successful project, or even a ripple effect of kindness that spreads outward.
Exactly. And just as the Israelites kept Aaron's rod as a reminder of their shared journey and the importance of unity, we too can create those rods in our own lives.
Yeah.
Think about the symbols, traditions, or shared goals that embody your values and help you navigate challenges.
So it's not just about resolving a conflict in the moment, but about building a lasting legacy of collaboration, understanding, and positive change.
Well said. And perhaps that's the true miracle of Aaron's rod. Its ability to inspire us even today to strive for those ideals in our own lives and communities.
This has been an incredible journey of discovery, and I want to thank you for guiding us through it with such insight and wisdom.
It's my pleasure.
And to you, our listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Remember, keep seeking those blossoming rods in your own life, those signs of growth, unity, and the enduring power of collaboration. Until next time, keep diving deep.